and welcome to video number 21 of Nintember 2016. I am Wes, the average trainer, and we are going to talk about the first Wii game on my list, which is, funny enough, the first Wii game that I picked up for the Wii, which is The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. This game had so much hype surrounding it when it was first coming out. It was the one that was going to be, split release on the GameCube and on the Wii. I ended up going for the Wii version, even though I had a GameCube at that time, because I thought, well, it's got to be the superior version if it's on the superior system. Little did I know that the GameCube version is actually probably the better way to play it, but I digress. So anyway, I pre-ordered this game along with my Wii several months, or maybe 1 month, I can't remember how long it was, before the Wii released. I remember the Wii release date. I just don't remember when I pre-ordered it. I know I had a running calendar checklist though. I was counting down those days. I was like, boom, the Wii, this is my system. This is the system I've been waiting for. I remember the day that I pre-ordered it. I went down to a mall in Southern California, which is about 45 minutes from my house. Pitch black. I went to that mall probably at around like 4:45, 5 o'clock with my dad because my dad worked in that area. And I just sat there in front of GameStop all by myself. Needless to say, that was probably a really bad decision because that was definitely not the safest place for a 16-year-old kid. Thankfully, the GameStop was in a mall, like I mentioned, so it was still inside. But it was kind of chilly, and I just kind of sat there and played my DS, and I think I was like the 6th person in line at that point. So I was cutting it close. My life probably would have flashed before my eyes if I could take my eyes off the DS screen. I remember I sat there playing Mario 3-on-3 basketball, which was a terrible game anyway. But anyway, I put in my pre-order, and on November 19th, I believe, is when I went down to pick it up. And I picked that game up with the Wii and a classic controller and like 2,000 Nintendo Virtual Console shop points and took it home, and I played that game for hours. Of course, I had to show, the whole family Wii Sports and all that, but when I finally had the Wii to myself, I went into my room with the Wii, and I put in Twilight Princess. I put on an episode of the Daizenshu EX podcast, now known as the Kanzenshu podcast, which you should definitely listen to if you like Dragon Ball. And I just sat there and I listened to several episodes in a row while playing this game, which meant I didn't get... No, I did keep the volume up for the music because I do remember the musical pieces. But it was fantastic. It was a mesmerizing game to play. The visuals were so awesome and super gritty looking, which at that time, when you're an angsty teenager, that's all you want, right? That is the only thing that you want. Gritty graphics. The music was super memorable. Even, I was listening to my podcast at the time, but I can still remember a lot of those themes. Minna's theme on the piano. Whoa, that theme blows my mind to this day. It is so fantastic. And I think the time that you spend as a wolf in the game was super interesting, actually, because it's not something that's really been done too much in Zelda. You don't have too many things like that. I mean, it kind of reminded me of transforming in Link to the Past, where you kind of turned into that bunny thing for a while, but a little less useless than that. So I thought, it was a fun little idea, turn it into a wolf. Sonic didn't do it as well, suffice it to say, I think is how it's pronounced. I don't know exactly. But yeah, the time spent as a wolf, I actually enjoy it in that time, and I look back on it with fond memories. So I have not yet picked up the HD version for the Wii U, but I hope to do it someday. Some of the game is a bit of a slog. I had to use the guide in several places, so it took me a while. But maybe I will try to pick that up once it reaches maybe like $35 or so. So yeah, anyway, that is The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess, a fun game for the Wii, a fun game for the GameCube as well, I was told. And it's a Zelda game. You can depend on those to be pretty good. So anyway, thank you for watching, and until next time, stay average. Goodbye.